Well, apparently Amber is set to move with daughter Unog to a $1 million three-bedroom family property in California in a hippie town, Joshua Tree. This happened right after she ended her 6 weeks trial with Johnny Depp. While Johnny showed up at an event in the UK to perform for his fans, Amber decided to go chill in an expensive desert hideaway due to the stress she says she's gone through during the trial. According to a source who knows Amber, Amber loves spending time in the desert. It's the one place she can get away from everything. She's really connected with the artistic community there and feels she experiences a true getaway. It's a pretty gorgeous place that is usually frequented by celebrities trying to chill out and blow off steam, and we guess that's exactly why Amber has run off to this place after the trial to wait for the jury's ruling. Well, we have to admit that since the trial started and fans started seeing how Amber had previously lied to them and made them think Johnny was the bad guy when it was always her, they have not taken the issue lightly. Obviously, she's been getting massive hate from social media, and no one even showed up at her trial to support her except her sister.
You may have noticed that no one showed up for Ms. Heard in this courtroom other than her sister. Every other witness who traveled to Virginia for her was a paid expert.
Even she herself has claimed to be receiving hate comments and death threats from Johnny's fans.
People want to kill me, and they tell me so every day. People want to put my baby in the microwave.
And she even said that they wanted to microwave her baby, which is actually a story she got from someone else and used it during the final statements.
Harassed, humiliated, threatened every single day. Even just walking into this courtroom, sitting here in front of the world, having the worst parts of my life, things I've lived through, used to humiliate me.
Amber had claimed that Johnny hit her and threw bottles at her and hurt her, and fans were so sympathetic with her and even labeled Johnny a wife beater. But during this trial, their opinion changed after they heard Amber confessing multiple times that she punched Johnny and threw pots and vases at him.
I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
Get punched.
That's why she's getting so much hate, because she had lied to both her fans and Johnny's fans. Her fans, who were still supporting her, stopped supporting her after this trial started, as they could finally see what kind of person she is. I bet due to all that has been going on, she decided to go on vacation expensively for someone who claims they have no money. She has an issue with money. She had her friends and family smooch on Johnny's wealth for years before she finally decided to take all that money for herself by divorcing him and suing him for domestically abusing her. She claims she was never in the relationship for money, but from everything we've seen, she was in it specifically for the money. She received $7 million, which she pledged to charity, and only paid a couple $1,000s and pocketed the rest. She had her ex-boyfriend Elon Musk pay some of the money for her in those charities so that she could have some of Johnny's money to herself.
Those $500,000 payments came from your new boyfriend, Elon Musk, right?
I don't know if he was a new boyfriend at the time.
You got him to pay part of what you promised to these two charities, didn't you?
Incorrect.
Because you wanted to keep at least some of the $7 million divorce settlement for yourself, right?
You're very wrong about that.
She could have gone unscathed if she had not published the op-ed that was supposed to help her then movie Aquaman to gain more popularity. If only she'd been satisfied with the money she got after their divorce and stopped being greedy for fame, this trial would never have happened and she would never have had this many haters. Anyways, hope she's cooling off the negative energy in her $1 million apartment while we all wait and see what the jury has in store for us. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
We even had more evidence. We had medical records. We had mental health records that went back to 2012.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Behavioral Arts, and this is going to be my last full video about the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. I might use little clips of it in later videos to show examples or to compare certain things, but this is going to be the last video entirely devoted to this trial, and then we can all go back to whatever our lives were before this trial started. More specifically, in this video, I'm going to analyze the body language and behavior of certain key players in the aftermath after the verdict. So we're going to look at some interviews that Elaine Bredehoff did, that's Amber's lawyer, on some morning shows that has some really interesting behavior and body language. We're going to look at Amber during the verdict, and we're also going to look at her sister, Whitney, after the verdict. Just a quick note before we dive in, I've turned on supers on the channel. I'm not even 100% sure what that means, but I was on the phone with my friend Eric and he said, you got to turn the supers on. So I did it. I think it means you could put like stickers with your comments and I'll see them at the top or something like that. Really not sure, but for those of you who know what those are, the supers are on. Okay, let's dive in.
And you think
Absolutely.
Amber Heard is, in fact, a survivor of domestic violence?
Yes, I absolutely believe that. And there's a tremendous amount of evidence, much of which did not come into this trial, did come into the UK trial. We even had more evidence. We had medical records. We had mental health records that went back to 2012 that were contemporaneous. We had text messages from Mr. Depp's assistant saying, when I told him that he had kicked you, he cried.
Okay, so that is a clip from the interview that Elaine Bredehoff did on CBS Morning. And this is a really interesting interview, and we're gonna look at it in great depth, starting with this answer. Now, as some of you know, it's very important for me to remain objective in my analysis despite personal opinion. And as such, I don't like to only point out the bad or only point out the good. I like to keep it balanced. And whenever there's clusters of deception, I point them out for you. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel or new to just behavior analysis, clusters of deception is how we have higher confidence that deception is happening. Always remember, one sign of deception is never enough, and always remember that we're never sure. There's nothing that can ever happen that would allow someone like me to look at something and go, that's for sure a lie. That's polarized, I'm not interested in that. So we see clusters of deception, multiple signs at the same time that raise the likelihood that there might be deception happening. And when they happen, I point them out. In this case, when Elaine was asked if she believes that Amber was a survivor of domestic abuse, she says she absolutely does and goes on to answer why. We are not seeing a significant cluster of deception. There isn't enough in that moment for me to go, I think something's up. I would like to ask her a few more questions about that. Now, does that mean that she's for sure telling the truth? No. There are no absolutes in lie detection, but most of the time we want to see a couple of indications happening at the same time, and we're just not seeing that here. However, we are seeing a couple of really interesting behaviors immediately after that. Right after tremendous amount of evidence, she says that didn't make it into this trial, but did make it in the UK trial. And there's a visible shift in her body language. When she says this trial, we see her head go down like this as her chin protects her neck and she's looking up. This is a very defensive position. Whenever we protect our neck or use our arms and hands to protect our vital organs, this is a very defensive kind of closed body language. It indicates to me that she might be feeling self-conscious and defensive when it comes to this trial, which makes sense. It was a colossal loss. But as she says, did make it in the UK trial, that chin comes up and we see a head tilt. A head tilt is pretty much the opposite of a chin down blocking gesture because a head tilt exposes our vulnerability. So we only do this when we're confident or comfortable with something. So this indicates to me that she feels a lot more comfortable with that UK trial than she does with this trial.
You know, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK.
Also, I want you to notice that as she says UK trial, in fact, throughout this entire answer that we just saw, we're getting a lot of confirmation glances as her eyes shift from interviewer to interviewer to interviewer. By the way, when you see her looking to her right on that closer angle of herself, that's where the third interviewer is positioned, so that's her looking at him. And during this answer, she's really going back and forth a lot. There are answers later where we don't see this much, and we see very little shift. I believe that she's giving us a bit of a tell here. I think that when she's trying to sell an answer, something that she's not so sure of, she gives us those confirmation glances. She's checking with all three to see how well this is being bought. Now, although this is nowhere near enough to form a cluster of deception, this behavior is a lot more consistent with people that have low confidence in what they're saying. When people are being deceptive, they're a lot more focused on how effectively their story is being bought by their audience than just laying down the facts. In fact, this was one of the major differences I pointed out between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard on the stand. Johnny Depp was very much in his own little world. He was just saying the facts. He really didn't seem to care too much about who was buying it. He didn't look up and see, okay, who's buying it. He wasn't playing to the jury. Whereas Amber very often was looking at the jury, was really trying to sell her narrative. Remember, truth tellers tell, liars often sell. So once again, I think with Elaine, when we see those answers where she's really just focused on the one person, I think those are the ones that she's more confident in and she's just laying down the facts. And when we see those shiftias going back and forth, this is Elaine trying to sell this idea that she's not that confident with. Then we move on to what this tremendous amount of evidence is. So let's take a look and see, is it tremendous? Is it tremendous? So she says we have medical records and then mental health records. She lists those as two different things. Well, what are these medical records? Why weren't they admitted? As a lawyer, don't you think she would spend a little more time to say, we had this medical record? I think that the clue as to what she means by this is in another interview with the Today Show. Take a look.
And they were able to suppress the medical records, which were very, very significant because they showed a pattern going all the way back to 2012 of Amber reporting this to her therapist, for example.
Oof, now that's an entirely different story, isn't it? Because now we have medical records, which are Amber Heard reporting all these things to her therapist. So those mental health records are the medical records that she's talking about. And in this interview, we get that clarity. But that's not a medical record at all. Amber Heard saying things to her therapist is not evidence of anything. So now if we go back to the CBS interview, she's saying we have medical records, we have mental health records. She's listing those like it's two different things, but it's not. She's trying to stretch that out because she knows that you really don't have that many records of anything. And then she ends with a slower cadence, really enunciating that the last one, which is, we have text messages. Notice the way she's like just really emphasizing that from his assistant saying, when I told him that he kicked you, he cried. And once again, you know what? I wish Camille Vasquez was in the room here, just dropping that very famous line, objection, hearsay.
Objection, Your Honor, hearsay. Objection, leading, and hearsay. I'm going to object to the extent it calls for hearsay.
I mean, what does that prove? It doesn't prove anything. The assistant told him that he kicked her and he cried. Well, if you told me that I kicked my girlfriend, I would also cry. It's not evidence. It doesn't mean I did it. Nothing about that proves that he was ever abusive. Now, in my video of Amber Heard being cross-examined, I gave you one of my little analysis secrets that I use very often, and I want to touch on that. What I said was that people subconsciously often tell us what their priorities are in the way that they list things. In an overwhelming majority of cases, we build up to the biggest thing. Now, a lot of you had some great comments about that. I want to say this, there is an exception. When we're talking about something that's exciting to us, something we're looking forward to, we might begin with the thing that's the most exciting. So if I'm looking forward to something and you ask me what part of it I'm looking forward to the most, I might start big and then say, I'm also looking forward to this and that. But when we're trying to persuade, when we're trying to convince someone, we usually build up to the biggest thing last. So in this case, I believe that Elaine knows that they really didn't have that many medical records, that the mental health record, which in that first interview, CBS Morning, she's separating, is the same as the medical record. It doesn't hold that much weight. And the thing that she has, that she thinks is the most, is a text from an assistant giving us an emotional reaction to something she said, which is like hearsay on top of hearsay. So I don't even believe myself that Elaine thinks to have that much tangible evidence.
You had the evidence, as you say, but they did not believe her. Why do you think they did not believe her?
I think that a lot of that was that it was Johnny Depp. I think the celebrity status.
But she's a celebrity too.
Oh, maybe that's what.
But she's a celebrity too.
Right.
But you have to remember, it's a tale of two trials. All the evidence came in the UK. He had his opportunity to tell the truth then.
That's me.
I'm going to have to try really hard to not bring my personal opinion into this, because personally, I despise everything about that answer. I'm going to try to look at the behavior. First, she's asked, you presented your evidence and the jury didn't believe her. And she's asked, why didn't they believe her? And we get something that Elaine is doing a lot in these interviews, and that is a non-answer statement or a refusal to answer the question. She is completely dodging the question. She does this a lot multiple times.
Talk
In
to
fact, I would
me.
encourage you to listen to all of her answers and ask yourself how many of those answers actually answer the question, and it's shocking how few actually address the question that's being asked. So here, she tries to deflect.
So, what did you do?
I was restreaming something.
Oh.
Oh, but look, I'm getting an error from YouTube because my AT&T sucks.
Isn't that why we got rid of them last time? I think that's why we got rid of them.
Not the fact that Amber was saying things like, "Oh, I need to and donate."
Hey, dude, now my PIP doesn't work, Ernie.
Look what I did.
Wait.
Now, I actually love what happened. Gail says, yeah, but she's a celebrity too. And even cuts off her co-host to say, no.
All right. So I'm on.
Took it red mode? Oh. Cool.
Oh, shit. Dope.
On both screens too. You can watch it there.
He's a celebrity.
So yeah, that makes more sense because then you're looking up. You can look up more.
Yeah.
And I mean, should we be using like this camera as his main camera in this case because it's closer to the screen?
Well, yeah, if it's just him.
And then she goes to a
Right.
sprint.
I would do a different camera setup altogether.
She says this is the tale of two trials, which is this idea that she's trying to sell that the UK trial.
Oh, shit, man. This is getting real
To make
good.
him do it, because if not, it'll just whistle away.
What? Fuck you. I just don't like.
It would whistle away because you wouldn't get it done.
No, I would just normally put more thought into it ahead of time. If I knew that's what I was doing, I would just wire it up.
All right. It's saying connect to a device.
Well, I think you've done an amazing job. I think this is wicked cool.
Well, dude, the Apple TV is the easiest way to do it, man. It's
Right,
like-
and essentially Google has one too, right? Like an Android TV thing. What do they call that?
Look, he was just doing tips with ATEMs, dude.
Why is it so cold?
Yeah, it's like it's
Hey, what's this code to this Apple TV? It says it's enter TV code.
Oh, yeah, it's a weird.
Yeah,
weird, right?
link with TV code.
Like, what?
You ever heard of that?
Oh, I don't know. It rained in Oakland yesterday, though. Look how
did?
it was outside. It didn't really rain. But, like, you went
Because whose
outside-
phone are we all going off of right now?
I think
Yours?
It's gonna rain. Like maybe not tonight.
Probably might have to
or
just
today,
stick with
but tonight,
yours.
maybe.
Right.
Hold on.
It's weird. Like it's June.
It's June.
It's June.
Weird.
This makes
Yeah, we
no
started a
sense.
drought 'cause
Right.
we still using it faster than they came back. Look, we made airplanes.
Okay.
So we
Apple
can-
TV. Wait, what?
They can surf. on
Open
top.
the YouTube app on your device.
Stole the Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
Go to settings. Scroll down to
I was
link
like,
with
how did we
TV.
do that with
code.
Apple TV? What?
Aren't you on the YouTube device right now?
Yeah, that's what's so weird.
Just has to put it
A
back.
blue TV code will appear on your
Because
TV.
they're gonna want to watch Bluey.
It's like we're already connected to the Wi-Fi as well.
It's true.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you go have to use yours. We're dealing with Apple. You got to stick with Apple.
Well,
And then do that.
you can let him figure it out.
Yeah.
He probably.
But this is good then.
And I could heckle him while he was trying to figure it out.
What do you think? Pretty cool.
What?
Like live surfing.
Yeah.
That makes it.
Dude, this is dope as
So
fuck.
if we had two HDMI's or
So
two
can
Apple
you?
TVs,
Let me see.
right?
If you click, if you're saying. Right, they're only $100.
Dude, I have them sitting on the shelf at home. We use them for doing this for downstage monitors.
Well. Okay, so
Connected to
here's,
AirPod.
so if I just pick another one, it takes a second, it refreshes. So every time you queue up a new video, so you can pause it and play it,
Mm-hmm.
but every time you queue up a new one, I'll have to cut to your camera.
Right.
What do you mean?
Oh no, yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Just doesn't matter.
Cause you know, say if I pause it,
So it's so smooth.
it is.
Transition between that.
That
The fact
actually
that you
is
see
pretty
that little
dope.
AirPlay for a minute.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Someone's
Me and
gonna
you,
screen grab
we
it,
go
though,
edit.
They're gonna come by your house though, and they're gonna steal your. They're gonna snag on you.
Oh fuck, we didn't pay him. We didn't came up with something else. I like this. Oh, we finna have fun.
We need to. How many channels have you got left on there? How many channels? Four more. So if we put at least 2 in, then you can each be, and you can be going back and forth. Or You and a guest can be talking or watching the show or
You're
whatever.
like, oh, look what I have over here on my Reddit page.
And then we can pit them, so it's like half and halves, right? So it's picture and
The
then,
super source?
Yeah.
Watch this. Nuke's top 5. Got something funny for y'all to look at.
Oh man, those little protein bars came in handy.
I told you.
We got our commentator show going, babe.
Something in the sewer.
Yeah,
This next strange video was recorded for educational purposes by the Athens, Georgia Public Utilities Department. The clips were actually filmed.
This is where we start doing the lighting too, right?
Yeah.
Because then we like fade out.
Laid it out.
While you're watching.
Flush down a toilet.
You gotta sit there. Be like it's there.
When guided through a long sewer system, everything appears normal.
And then like whatever other camera we got, we'll just have it zoom in. Yeah. Hey, this is it. Hey, you guys, we.
Call Ricky and tell him thanks for not showing up again. We worked out something
Fuck you,
better.
Ricky.
Fuck you, Ricky.
Ricky done fucked up, Ricky.
Ricky, your spot's so hot that you had to go
Whoa,
hiding.
whoa,
Is that
whoa,
what happened?
whoa. What the? Yeah, see, yeah. Okay, cool. Yep. We got something.
All right, we got that kind of going.
We got, oh no, not kinda. This
So
is
this
perfect.
gets
Don't worry
put back
about
on the
that. Yeah.
shelf.
We did it. We'll be able to do our reaction videos. So that means now we just need to we'll have to find a bunch of funny shit to react to.
It'll be easy to shoot.
That'll be
but harder
real
to
easy.
live stream. As far as like it'll actually require someone cutting over here.
No.
Oh, we won't have to
Build
live
a super
stream that.
source with like 2 of you and two shared windows.
Oh no, because we're gonna want to punch them up. That's why there's no need to live stream them because we're gonna want to punch them up. You want to live stream?
Oh, you live stream it. This is your Wednesday night show. You show up after work and you watch a show together. And
Yeah,
comment
so
on it.
today's just our test for the Wednesday.
Yeah, well, this is
Okay.
the setup. This is the setup. You guys figure out your schedule when it matters. You do 15 minutes on Wednesday night at 5:30 or 7 or whatever, right? And you.
Hey, I have
Just
my
one
schedule.
look.
They
Go
say I'm
look.
going to start having Thursday nights.
We already said Wednesdays because he told me on the phone one
No,
night. when we
you
were
go
talking about this, that it
Thursdays.
had to be Wednesday. Yeah, I'm not
It's
coming out
Thursday.
every Wednesday.
You coming Thursday exactly?
You're just
Oh
in the
no,
audience.
me and him are getting ready to be. This is the learning curve. Oh my God, this is so good.
A big super source with like.
Damn it, Rachel! If you just so ask for help, Rachel.
Oh, I'm fine. Like just getting up part. A little part, but overall.
I should just take a picture of you, be like, when you don't, when you don't need any help.
Well, I do have a problem.
Just please be safe.
Without a switcher.
I'll be safe.
If you want to really like get beyond like not doing it.
Yeah. This is. I'm so juiced. I'm so happy you didn't come.
The best way is if it just takes
No,
two
this is
of
good
you.
because this is the me and Brandon show where we're just surfing the internet. So
Yeah.
he's talking about building a look where it's like the 4, the super source look where it's the 4 panels.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 3 and it's the one that you're surfing and you just pass the pad back and forth.
Oh man, this is gonna be
It's
great.
easy to get a.
Hey.
I absolutely can give you either another Apple TV or the Google.
This the whole lights thing. Cause look, you probably didn't see it. That's probably be funny as fuck. Cause look, when you dimmed the lights, and then it was funny. Right when the camera was going, you just saw this hand come out of nowhere. You should hear it with the lights and the music in the background. This is hilarious. Hold on, let me show you. And then
That almost looks like a small headless pale torso appears to be disturbed by the camera, and a creepy looking hand.
you see what I mean? See what I mean? Dude, that's gonna be epic.
And you can train the kids to do that. Kids love taking cues. It's like they know when it's supposed to go, and then they start messing with it.
Here, go ahead and light that one
What's
up.
that for me?
Yes. And this is for
Yeah, I
me.
thought what better way for Nico to get exposed to the darker side of YouTube than to have him run lights on our show.
Oh, we're gonna make
There
sure
you
it's
go.
all.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're gonna
I'd
make sure
rather
this.
he was making things for YouTube than watching YouTube.
Okay, wait for it to go. Oh, hey babe.
Battery's
Can
dead.
we use your pipe?
Oh my goodness, my wife is gonna be so juiced when I tell her this.
Oh, my battery just died, and I was trying to give him a hit.
Oh, it's right here.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. It's
I was like, Ricky missed out on something
Bumblebee.
crucial.
Oh, Yeah, I mean, this might have just been the key thing to shift her.
To be honest with you, I think
this
so.
is what I was saying I
Thank
wanted to
you.
do was
In
to
the
just
first
start
place.
streaming live. Like,
Sometimes it's doors closing that does things.
Oh no, that's you. That's you.
Okay, one more present to wrap.
1, 2, 3. And remember, what I've learned about this is the gentler the pull, the better.
Yes.
And like once you put it in,
Pull
you
too
want to
hard
wait
and
till
it
you
just
start seeing some
sucks
smoke
the
before you
stuff
start pulling, because you run the risk of pulling it actually
All the way
sucking in
in.
the stuff, and then it gets stuck in there and it burns and it's a mess.
Got you.
Oh hey, I need some scissors.
Why?
Because I'm wrapping. Ah, get out of there.
Is it his?
No.
You get.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to be here anymore because it's present time.
Nope, nope. We love you though.
Wait for the steady.
Oh, okay, mommy.
Thank you.
Where's the presents for me?
Quit trying to get back here.
You already gave him the ball. Remember? You like ran into the house with the ball.
And he was so happy with that.
Yeah. He was
Okay,
excited about the ball.
you're still having Nico's present.
Yes,
so
I am.
I'll come back inside.
Okay, you do that, baby. Now I need your scissors.
Oh, you sure you don't want to try this out? Yes. Oh God.
Why are you taking so long?
Oh, this is dope. I'm so juiced, dude. You've opened up a whole can of worms. Fuck
Makes it
them.
easier, huh?
Hell yeah. So now, if nobody shows up, we'll just do another episode of this.
You can just be surfing.
Fuck it. It's like
Surfing with zero gravity.
surfing with zero. Ah, I love it.
I love that.
I love it. I love it. Oh snap.
You want a table?
I was just gonna say, would you like this table? Yeah.
I mean,
I can fold it up for you.
all that trouble. I'll just cut this side.
I knew. I knew she was.
I'm already down.
I knew she was. Eventually, you're going to take our help.
Table, yeah.
Yep. Give it time. It's coming. Oh, of course. I'm gonna be giving you one to have. Yeah, to have and to hold, and to cherish. Yes, that is the name of the game. Gotcha.
Okay. Thank you, Gary.
See, yes. Good job. Good man. Good man. You did good, John. Oh, this is gonna be epic, yo.
The stand up is like do
Them knees, right?
It's the calves.
Calves. Yeah, but we got something, man. We've opened up the door.
What's your cap?
Yeah, that's why
Mr.
I'm
Freeze
mad.
top.
I don't know.
Oh, it's over here.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, I made sure that it was not touching anything.
Oh, yeah, it's a magnet. Mine snaps on. I was like pushing it all hard.
Like, Urgh! Oh man, this is dope. Oh,
Oh, you're stoked.
I'm
stoked.
super
I love that you're
stoked.
stoked because I'm
Good
just
energy.
like, oh, what are we doing? What? Huh?
Oh, bro, you've already done it, man. This is it. If any, the only thing you have to do now.
Don't be lasagna ready in a half.
Awesome.
The only thing I feel like now, we just need to have lights. You can be in there. We just need to have somebody fucking with the lights. Is there like a remote we can have with the lights? Or we can just have them on preset settings.
I mean, it's basically clicking that button right
You can
there.
just run them yourself. Just put the computer next to you.
Oh shit, cool.
Right. That button takes it back and forth.
That's what some of the live stream guys are doing. They're like,
Right.
I could come on here and do stuff for you, I guess. But
You know, if you're not busy, that is.
The
Yeah.
trick is something like Companion. But that software, we need to buy a piece for it.
Dongle.
It needs the blue dongle.
The blue dongle.
This does a whole bunch of things for free. If you want to turn on remote control. It's still pretty inexpensive for $1,000. Well, $1,000 you get actual hardware, but for the dongle is I think $700. But it's unlimited ArtNet at universities. So you have basically.
I mean, how much would it fuck with lights if we put more? So,
No.
I want those old lights. I like the old ones better.
No, we're keeping these. I like these.
I like
High
them better.
cost.
Yeah.
I like these.
Rachel doesn't want to pay for them.
I don't really want to pay for them.
We barely use it. But if you look at the videos, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Well,
No,
he makes a good point.
I understand it. The quality is warmer and more.
But
Yeah,
this
we
is
don't
more.
care about quality.
This is more studio-ish, man.
I do care about quality.
Really the digital age. Color it any color you want.
I'm just.
Do you want your name in the credits still, Rachel?
You are. She is. She especially since she's helped with majority of these lights to begin with.
No, she's
Ernie.
She's gonna get present wrapping credits today.
Oh, this is Ernie. Sorry. Sorry. I'm got to give Ernie his flowers. He did the lights. Yeah.
No.
Raising creds.
These?
I put them up, but
Kid
that's just
raising
electric
creds.
board. She focused them and made them look good.
Ah.
More
See?
like them at people.
All right. See, I knew it.
It's a team.
Yeah. See, I knew it. Trying to trying to humble, very humble you
Rachel gives
two.
me stuff to do. That makes me happy.
I like giving.
Used to be the other way around, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, see?
I like it like this. Yeah, I need you to do some stuff, and he's like, yeah.
trial?
Is it? Yeah.